Welcome to Research Writing 3345. I thought we would take a little tour of the course so that you can learn where to find things. All right, let's go to the classroom. When you come into the class, you will be taken to the announcements. And that's helpful because that way you can see what's coming up. Remember, when I post an announcement, it will come to your Wayland email address and you'll be notified that way as well. So be sure and keep that email address current and do whatever you need to do to make sure that you get those messages. I have a cute little ringtone on my phone. So over in the left menu bar, this is your control panel, like your dashboard. I want you to think of this as like you're driving a car, and this is your little panel. It starts with announcements, which is where we are. Let's go through the modules together. This first selection of modules has to do with, first place we go is the Start Here menu. And I know this is kind of interesting. You're going to be locking your topic that is going to be the source of your multiple source essay. I have provided you with a list of about 300 topics, general basic topics, and you're going to select one and go ahead and lock that down in the discussion board. And that way you will have your topic all ready to go. Now, that essay is a long ways off, so you may change your mind. But the important thing is to make sure that every student in the course is writing an individual topic. And so that's why we want to go ahead and lock down that topic at the beginning of the semester. Before we start the course, there's a scavenger hunt, and that's at the bottom of this page. And then I want you to make sure that you mark on your phone each Monday of the term so that you can go to the discussion board and log in. That way, the university has a record of your attendance. There are prerequisites for this course, and those are shown here. And if you're anything like me, and I have studied this stuff, I might look at this list and go, oh my gosh, I'm not sure I know about this, that, or the other. And that's fine. It's easy to use your textbook or to go to YouTube and look up a tutorial, depending on the way that you learn best. Some people really learn from textbooks, and other people learn really well by looking at visual tutorials. The outcome competencies are shown here in that start menu. And then this is a little tiny tutorial to explain to you why PDF documents are only acceptable on Blackboard. It's a real short one. And then this is the format reminder for everything. And I'll tell you what, in the last several semesters, students have been so good about this. We want to make sure that everything is formatted correctly in the upper left-hand corner with your name, course, date, the assignment title, and remember that word count. The university requires us to write a certain number of words, and I want to make sure you get credit for every single one. So go over that little format reminder, and then this is another little tutorial about word count, and then this is the scavenger hunt quiz. And that takes care of the Start Here menu. I'm not going to open up every single one of these because you can find that. This textbook is available on ebook, and you would follow those directions that you find in here to take care of that if that's the way you'd like to get your textbook. Course assignments are listed here. Let's look at those together, as well as the discussion board and the weekly objectives. The weekly objectives coordinate with the course assignments, and you can sort of see what's planned for each week. Now, throughout the course, there isn't an assignment due every week, and so that means that the course assignments are shown so that you can organize some of your time as well. Let's look at those course assignments. There again is that format reminder, and I want to make sure you get credit for every single word. You don't want to exit this course and have anybody ever come back and say you didn't write the appropriate number of words, because you will have documentation, or you can say, yes, I did. Resubmitting submissions. If you are anything like me, sometimes you will submit something and think, oh my gosh, I forgot to put the word count on it. I forgot to put anything on it. Now, on these submissions, I allow unlimited attempts. The thing I need for you to do is when you get to the attempt that you want me to grade, in the comment box, you say, please grade this one. You can submit it as many times as you need to up to the due date and a little bit beyond if you, I don't close those and lock them down. So we'll work together on that. You'd email me if you had any questions about that. So that's the resubmitting thing. Basic skills. This is a first assignment. It's lots of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. And of course, the due dates will change depending upon the semester. Chapter exercises in the textbook, and then the single source essay, and then we move on to the big project for the semester, which is the multiple source essay. And I'm going to show you that more on the left-hand menu in a little bit. I want you to see that the essay contains a topic proposal, an annotated bibliography, and then the final multiple source essay. So when you come in and explore these things, you want to go ahead and open up these folders and take a look so that you can have in mind what's coming forth. And then the discussion boards, I don't have very many discussion boards, and that means that the ones that I do have are really important. I know some courses require a discussion board every week. I don't. I think that discussion boards really need to be your ability to demonstrate an active, vibrant classroom. The main thing about institutions is that they do not want to be perceived as a correspondence course, which is where you're simply sent assignments and turn in those assignments. This is to be a vibrant classroom. So those posts, there aren't that many, but I expect for everybody to do that, and they do. It's just a wonderful thing. A little tutorial there to go over that. So there we have the assignments. Isn't that fun? Okay, next, let's go over here and scoot over to the discussion board just to give you a feel for the look of that particular part of the course. This isn't a post, but this is a little tutorial on how to use the discussion boards. You will register your weekly attendance every Monday. That way the institution, the school, will know that you were in class. The water cooler is where you can go introduce yourself to your fellow classmates, and it's always real nice to do that, and people enjoy getting to know one another. You're going to lock that. Remember I showed you that lock your topic. That happens right here, and here's that list of topics. And again, you may change your mind, but we want to get it locked right off the bat. Basic skills, my music, which is a really fun assignment. Everybody loves that assignment. I know I do. And so here are the step-by-step instructions. And you will submit that basic skills paragraph that you're going to write in two places. Here in the discussion board for your classmates, and then you will also post that in the assignment area that we just looked when we just saw a minute ago. Fun? Okay, and this is all the instructions for that. This is week 5 topics. Once you get that topic locked down, you want to talk to other people about your topic, and that is due on a due date. You cannot log in at the last minute and try to post a bunch of stuff. That is just insulting to the rest of your class members, and it's not going to be accepted. So the discussion boards are a place where you do have to make sure that you are keeping up with that. The abstracts, this is a how-to. Abstracts are so easy, it sounds like it's hard and fancy, and then when you find out how easy they are to write, it's like, oh my goodness, it's step by step, sentence by sentence. I have instructions, so that's fun. And this is where you will submit that in week 6 to 9, which kind of overlaps 8 to 10, where you're going to be discussing with your fellow classmates that. All right? Perfect. Let's go back to the left to our control panel. So do you see where the assignments that are due are all in this one little section? Next, you have your library resources and the online help desk and the Blackboard for students. That's all contained in this little area with these little sliders. This is where you'll find your grades. The video tutorial library, there are a lot of tutorials in this course, and if you're anything like most students, sometimes you can't remember where that video was that you saw about that thing. And so I put all of them in a nifty little tutorial library, and let's look at that real quick. Of course, the first thing will be this navigation tutorial, which you can access anytime. Next, I really like this, is just, are you lost? If you get lost in the course and you can't figure out where you are, this is a good place to come. And I have a tutorial that will help you find where you are. It's Blackboard, and I do the best I can to make everything accessible for y'all. And then we have general course tutorials. So if you looked at a tutorial, you can't remember where it was, you can find them here. Course essay writing tutorials are all located here. And then you have your writing tools, and those are tutorials included here. And then I have 2 essays that I have actually written for the multiple source essay assignment for you to see and observe. I've got some little tutorials in there if you want to see that, but sometimes it's real helpful for students who haven't been writing a lot of essays to see what, how to get started and that sort of thing. So that's what's in this folder. So that's your video tutorial library. Now next are some study pages. These are also located in the textbook, and some students really like to learn from a textbook. I like this textbook because everything is organized very clearly, and in the back of the book there's an index that makes it easy to locate items. But in addition to that textbook, I wanted to make information available to you that you can access right here in the course if you like. That way you have 2 ways of accessing information, the textbook and also over in here, where of course you'll find tutorials. No. And then when you get ready to the multiple source essay, which is our large essay and the highest weighted value, then you can come to this dashboard and find information so that it's easy for you to see, and you don't have to open a folder and try to see if there's something there, but you can find out how to create the various aspects of that essay. Here is where you can access the Writing Center for help. Here are some other examples of multiple source essays that have been written in the past. And so that is our tour of the course through the navigation system, and I'm hoping that this will work well in putting a lot of things accessed in a list on your left menu bar, and then of course you have the folders also within the assignments. That concludes this tutorial, and welcome again to this class. I'm sure glad you're here.